Yeah, and welcome to Papa Stash 102. So this video is part 3, maybe, of this song. It's been about, I don't know, 15 years since the other parts. This is the solo way into the song, like in the 7-minute and 40-second range or something there. You'll recognize the one I mean. So we're going to break it down. I got some effects. I'll go over that in just a little bit. But this is awesome, killer blues licks, so let's get right to it. We're going to do a little bit of gain with some phaser on there if you got one. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But little phaser, little gain, little echo, some verb. First part's going to do this. Okay, so we're going to cover all those. You're basically going to be playing out of G minor pentatonic. Okay, you're going to do it in this position up here, the higher octave, and this position down here. It's the first position of G minor pentatonic. Okay, so you're going to do kind of the same thing, very similar here. So you're going to start with a roll from B15 to E15, and then bend up on B16. Okay, so bend it up to the note and then start the vibrato. So get to the pitch and then shake it. Okay, so the second part, go back down to 15 on the E, and then you're going to pull off from 18 to 15 on the E string, and then do that same bend on the B string. Same thing with the bend up to the pitch and then the vibrato. Okay, then you're going to go all the way down to first position. Okay, so that's going to be same kind of roll, almost the exact same start. So it's going to be B3, E3. But instead of bending this note, which is going to be B6, we're just going to hit it and then go to the G string. Okay, so. And then kind of a reverse bend. Okay, so that's going to be you bend up the note, hit it, and then come down. Pull off to 3. So this is 5th fret. Okay. All right, so that last part. So together. All right, so the next part, huge bends. All right, and it's basically a whole step, 2 whole steps, and then release. All right, so that's going to be on the 11th fret. Just like that. And then you're going to slide in. I'd go with my second finger to the 12th fret on the G. All right, so we're going to slide in. Jump down to the B11. Now you're going to hang out on G a little bit longer with some vibrato. And then when you go back to B11, you want to give it a little love. All right, so slowly. All right, now you're going to come back up to that first position. You're going to bend up B18. Okay, so you bend up. I do it with 3 and 4, so bend up a whole step. Grab 18E. And then go back down and bend up B18 with the same kind of vibrato. Okay, so. Now there's about a 35-minute pause into the next riff. Cool riff, though. String skipping. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go D. You can play it in a couple spots, but it sounds, I don't know if this is exactly where he does it, but it sounds a little thicker. So you can also do it on the strings down here, but with the bend coming up, it makes more sense to do it right here. So you're going to slide from D10 to D12, and then skip over the G string, pull off 11 to 10 on the B, and then slide in on the G string 10th fret to the 12th fret. So, all right, so let's get on to the next set of riffs. All right, so, and yes, that note is in there. Okay, so we're going to do a big bend again. But let it down slower. I'm just doing it quickly for the sake of time. It goes nice and slow. Okay, then you're going to slide in to the G string. Okay, and do kind of a reverse bend on that one. And it doesn't necessarily have to get all the way up to pitch either. All right, so you're going to 11th fret, pull off from 13 to 11 after the bend, and then pull off again. Okay, so you go. Now you're going to go 4 times. All right, 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't know. Okay, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 4. I don't know, give or take a note. But after you do that, you're going to bend 3 times quickly, though, and then slide down. Okay, back down to position 1. Now this is, maybe it's just because I've been bending a lot and my fingers hurt, but I'm going to bend this note when we get to it with my first and second finger. Some people are going to have the strength to do it with their first finger, but we'll see. So you got, okay, so you basically, instead of going single notes, this time you're going to hit the 3rd fret B and G together with a little rake. Okay, so now you're going to bend up this 5th fret of the G. All right. And then immediately go into a bend on the 3rd fret. So it's... All right, now that for me is tough, that bend, but maybe it'll be good for you. Again, if you're new to bending, I would suggest doing fingers 1 and 2. And then you finish that little lick off by going... Okay, so it's just 3 on the G, 5 D, and then back to 3. This next riff is super cool. It's the first time we're kind of breaking out of the pentatonic scale. Okay, so that's going to be a roll on the G5 to the D5. Okay, and now you're going to jump back down, but to G3 and slide to the 2nd fret. Okay, and then to finish it out, you're going to do another roll, but now you're going to be on D3 to A5. And you're going to spend a little time, a little vibrato, a little love on that note before you do the second part. And it's a little of a bounce. Okay, next part is you're going to slide in from 3 to 5 again on the A. Jump down to G3, and then you're going to roll over to D3 and hammer on D5. Okay, so up until that point, let me do that again. There it is. and then it goes back to another one of these bends. Right, slow. And then this last part, you're gonna bend up 18B, and then you're gonna catch 15E, and then bend it again. And he actually hits an open G note right there. So just hit the open G string. That'll get you through to the next part. So let's check out the next little grouping. All right, so let's go over the very last part. Here we go. Okay, so we're back down on the E string, 15th fret, the B string, 18th fret, and you're going to hit them at the same time. So you get a unison bend. Okay, and then you're going to go right into this little riff. So you go up together, hit it, then pull off, 18 to 15, and then you go right back to 18 on the high E and bend it up. With some vibrato. So you got... Then, the second part of the riff, another bend up. So it's... That part's a little tricky. You might just roll your finger over, or some people will like to... Like that. It's kind of easier just to roll the finger over. Okay, and then we're going to go down to the 11th fret B string. Alright, so it's 11, 13 on the B, 10 on the E, and then you're going to do another one of those big bends on the 13th fret. Come down, and you're going to go to the 11th fret G string. And then it has this cool little slide part. So let's go over that. Then it does this. Now that actually is two guitar players. They're doing a harmonized part, but we'll just kind of make it simple and turn it into one line, okay? So you got... So it's a hammer on and pull off on the G string, 11, 12, 11, slide to 9. Okay, that's the first part. The second part, go back to 11 on the G, jump down to B8, B10, B11. So slowly. Okay. The last part is very similar to the first lick we did down here. Almost identical. Okay, so it's a roll from B to E, 3rd fret. Catch the 6th fret of the B. Bend up G5. So it's pull off to the 3rd fret. All right. So and then we're going to go. Okay, so all that is the 5th fret D, and do a quick slide from A5 to A3. 1, and then slide from 3 to 5. Okay, so that last lick. Now, don't forget, as you're working it up and just memorizing the notes, that's great. But there's a lot of little tiny things that he does. He's such a freaking awesome guitar player. But a lot of really small things that he does that really adds to the feel. So, like that. So you can tug that G string just a little bit. So. And that gets you through that solo.